Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Gardening on Coffee, where our plants love our coffee just as much as we do. We're trying to turn our quaint backyard garden into a tropical paradise, and we're trying to do that with some Heideklum gingers and some rare and exotic varieties of Heliconias, and also a few vines variegated, and then some Monstro Deliciosos also spread around, and we'll show you what that looks like and where we've placed those and future placements of those as well. So let's go ahead and show you what we've done for this week, which is just really minor back here. We went ahead and added some red lava rock to the base of our Bismarck just to kind of set it off, and then for future plans for that area, we're going to take some coffee grounds and just kind of sprinkle them on the cloth that we've got to inhibit the growth of weeds, and we'll probably stain that so it turns into a darker brown for us and gives us a more appealing look. We'll go ahead and show you what that looks like, and then go ahead and we'll start with a garden checkup. So this is our red lava rock that we've gone ahead and added to the base of our silver Bismarck, and we've added it all the way around. And this is a naturally occurring product. It's just got some red dye in it, and then we will be adding just some coffee grounds. We'll be sprinkling them through just to kind of make our filter fabric turn a brownish and more look like an earthy tone, which is more the look we're going for. So our cellums are starting to look a little better. We've given them a little bit of coffee, made sure they're getting the right amount of water, so they are starting to grow new sprouts from the middle. Hopefully we'll just keep watering it. The weather has gotten a little bit cooler in 9B, which is our growing zone, so hopefully we'll just continue to get them grow before winter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the garden, and we'll see where we are now. So these are our lobster claws. These are the hanging pendulants, and those are the pink ones with the yellow that will actually look like a lobster claws, just hanging. They'll be about 8 to 12 feet. And so we've got 4 there. Everything's still growing, and growing very well. In the back, we've got our 2 marginatas, which are our pendulants that will start out vertical and then spiral downwards, and those will be pink and yellow as well. Those will kind of look like scorpions as they go. They're getting taller every day, so we're really happy with the growth. We've still got our second sprout down here starting to grow, and this guy just gets bigger every day. And if you'll remember, we did have a problem with 2 of our marginatas that had died. The rhizomes just weren't viable. So we went ahead and ordered 2 more, which actually we've got 4 now from the seller, which are these 4 back here. So we've got a new sprout here, and then these are the other 3 that we received. So when we got them, some of them were cut pretty low. These 2 were the ones. This one and this one were the one that we received yesterday. These were very fresh. These were our first 2 that he sent us just yesterday, or I'm sorry, a couple days before, probably about 4 days ago. But when they showed up, they were already rotting. They didn't have a lot of growth. We were really disappointed with what he sent us. So we, instead of reaching out to him, because I was pretty frustrated, we had left him a pretty strong review. And he ended up resending us the whole order, which is 2 more. And then he also sent us a couple free gifts as well. So it was either going to be a Manoa Sunrise or maybe another miniature Last Path, which is nice to get. But again, we were just really frustrated that we didn't get the quality of plants, and maybe he was just used to us as a seller, or maybe he's just gotten busy with work. I mean, there's no way to know what the situation was. We just know that we were getting a lot higher quality plant from him a long time ago, and he was one of the best sellers, and then unfortunately it turned to one of the worst. But he seems to have made it up with customer service, so normally we try to reach out to him, the seller, and give him a chance. But like I said last week, it was more our last opportunity for him, and then we just wrote him a review that was very factual. We didn't put a lot of emotion in it, just factual, so it resonates with everybody, and you can't fight the facts of when it shipped and what was shipped. Always take pictures of what you get, you know, even so you can praise the good sellers when they do give you stuff. Also, just so you remember what you've gotten, and the growth rate of what you've gotten. And then, of course, when you have problems, at least you have documentation of that and can get back with the seller about that. So, moving on with what we've got is the Caribbean Red is doing awesome. He's still sprouting another leaf down here, getting bigger every day as well. These are our two standing lobster claws, and those will be the red and black ones. They're both starting their other leaves right now. Just really happy with their growth. And our 5 Heidi Klum orange gingers, doing extremely well, growing. We couldn't be more happier. So hopefully they'll get bigger for us before the winter comes, and we'll get them through the winter and then get them planted. So let's go ahead and give you a look at our macaw flower that we've planted on the side of the garage and how it's looking. It's here, and it's working already on its 4th leaf. It's sprouted after it went into shock for about a week, and it's starting to get bigger. So as soon as our other macaw flower in front starts to get bigger, we'll go ahead and transplant him around here, just so we can have a nice full landscaping effect back here. And then this is something I hadn't showed you previously. This is our Monstro Delicioso. This is one of the hanging vines that we have on our property. And it is here. We've had to train it to the tree, which you do have to do in the beginning. It will get very large and grow the rest of the way up that tree. The reason I'm showing you that is because we're going to go ahead and I'll show you a variegated golden pothos that we're also going to transplant, and it's going to be planted on one of the front oak trees on our property, just to give it a more tropical feel up there and a more lush feeling environment. So headed around to the side now, where we've got our root beer Vellerigera, and it's Vellerigera. It's here. It's starting its first growth. We're really excited to see this because we hadn't seen any growth from this plant before. So again, that was a first. It just was yesterday, and we're really excited about it. And again, our Shogun just gets bigger every day. This was cut at the bottom, and now we've seen this much growth. And then also, if you can look right here, this looks like the first start of a sprout. So we're really excited to see that as well. And then our Black Magic is doing awesome. It's got 3 sprouts. It's got 1 here and then 2 in the back. We're very happy to see he's getting bigger. Already started his first leaf just today. And then our 2 Prince of Darknesses in the back still have their sprouts that are just getting bigger every day. So let's go ahead and head around to the front. We'll show you what we've got up there. We also had an update for you on the plants that we had ordered from Puerto Rico. We really have only got 2 more plants coming. What we've got left that should have been here already was another Vellerigera, but it's She Kong. And we're very excited to have it. It's actually a red flowering hanging pendulum, just like our root beer is, but instead of a reddish brown color, it's actually a flaming red color. So it'll be flaming reddish orange. We're really excited to have that as a pair and a complement to our root beer Vellerigera as well. So, and again, that it just comes from one came from Hawaii and one came from Puerto Rico. So with the difference in species and then difference of countries of origin, we're really excited to see that. So let's go ahead and give you a garden checkup of our front garden. These are the tricolor rhizomes that we had gotten from Hawaii. Those are the purple flowers with the white stems, and then they'll have the green surrounds. Those should be about 5 feet, and those will be through this planter as well. And then we've got the 2 Kid Pink live rhizomes, and those are our ones from Puerto Rico, and they're looking very strong, starting on their next leaves. Everything's doing really well, so we really can't wait to when we take everything out of this planter but the bird of paradise. We really can't wait to transplant all these plants, and then just start to move on from there. So these are our granadas. He's already starting on his next leaf. He had a little bit of problem here, but is working on these next couple for these, and all these granadas are doing very well. Our tricolor, this is our Jaquini, and this is a Bahia. This will grow to be about 8 or 9 feet. He seems to be struggling a little bit, but we will wait till he gets a little bit bigger, and then we'll go ahead and transplant him towards the back. And again, these are our sassy pink miniatures. Still haven't seen any growth out of them, but still don't have a completely dead rhizome, as we can see from the green, and we can squeeze it and see that it's still kind of viable. We will make sure that we're at 7 weeks before we go ahead and dig them up and make sure where we're at. This is our other bicolor that we're just waiting to transplant in the back, kind of getting him ready for winter. And again, he's the orange with the red on the bottom. This is our St. Rose orthotrichus, and they are doing very well. He's working on his 3rd leaf, and we've got this one's just continuing to grow, so no complaints there. And this is our other macaw flower, and he's finished his last leaf, still growing. As soon as he gets a little bit stronger, we're going to plant him next to his partner over by the garage, with our fish over there. So we can't wait for him to get a little bit stronger so we can transplant him. And then again, these are our Andromedas, and these are the miniatures as well. We just started to see growth here, so we're really excited about that, because with the miniatures it seems like it's been hard growing for those as well. So we're always excited to see new growth there. And then with this planter, something that we're going to be doing is, because we've had a few problems with moles in the yard, and what we'll be doing in the future before we replant this planter is to actually create more of a dig barrier, so we can have most of the moles' feeding tunnels are probably subsurface, only like 4 to 6 inches below the ground, which, as their main tunnels for their homes, are much deeper. But we will try to put, we're going to try to cut the plants that or not the plants, but the pots that we've got, and we're going to cut them in half, split them, and then insert them in the ground as a barrier protection. Probably get about 12 inches to 15 inches in the soil, and we'll angle it out so as they dig, they can't dig up into our plants, but we will angle it out, and we'll try to protect the perimeter of the plants for as best we can. So I brought a golden pothos around. This is something that we had been rooting for a while, and we're gonna plant this over by one of our oak trees in the front of the property, just to give it a nicer feel out here. And what's nice about these plants is these are just your very common variety hanging house plants, but when they are outdoors, they'll grow to be beautiful vines that will grow up the tree, actually, and just create a nice vibrant look for you. So we had actually rooted these not too long ago, and I think it's been about 3 weeks maybe. So it's about time that the rooting is successful, and probably next week we'll have it planted for you and have something else exciting for you to look at. So let me show you what it looks like now. So these are the ones that we had rooted, and we cut them at the base. The nodules that come out as they grow in water will grow your roots that will be white when they come out. When they're actually on the tree, they'll be brown, like we're seeing with our Monstro delicioso around the side. And we've picked 3 or 4 of these, and we'll just go ahead and plant these at the base of one of the oak trees by our street side. I'll show you where that's going to be. And that's just going to be this tree overlooking the lake right here. We're going to plant them at the base, and we'll let them grow up that tree just to give it a more tropical and vibrant feel up here. And so we were actually going to start it today, but we got caught up with a few other projects, and that had to take a back seat for today. But we'll have that done for you next week, and we can't wait to get started with it. And then to give you an update with where we are on our Vellerigera She Kong, it was lost by the USPS Postal Service. They haven't been able to locate it yet. If they aren't able to locate it or deliver it by next Wednesday, our supplier has already verified that he's going to go ahead and ship us another one. So we are really excited. We'll still be receiving that plant. It's always hard to get a hold of. I think we waited a month and a half for it already. And like I said, there's only 2 plants left that we're waiting on to get, and that happens to be one of them. And we're really excited to see it. So that's where we are for this week. And then the projects we'll be starting soon is we will start to get this planter cleaned out, and then, like I said, we'll start to install the no dig barrier with just the plants, with the plant pots that we've got. We'll cut them in half, insert them in the ground probably about 15 inches vertical or away from the plants, and that hopefully will persuade any moles to go a different direction than the garden, which is always what we're hoping for. So can't wait to see you next time. We're glad you joined us for this week's episode, and as always, there's going to be a lot to look forward to. So don't forget, stay subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. We'll get everything growing, and we can't wait to see the flowers and the tropical arrangements. We're ready to get started. So it's going to be an exciting process, and we hope you join us. Until we see you next time, may your coffee be strong and your cup stay full. Thanks.